What is China's role in Africa's economic development? During the recent China-Africa Cooperation Forum, Premier Xi Jinping doubled down on his promise to continue funding projects on the continent. He also pledged to provide 1 billion COVID-19 vaccines to quell Africa's pandemic burden.
So President Xi Jinping, speaking at this forum yesterday between Africa and China, did say that China would give Africa another 1 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines to help the country better shield against the virus, where vaccination rates have been particularly low. China has already, it's important to highlight, sent 200 million COVID-19 vaccine doses to Africa.
China will provide Africa with 1 billion doses of additional vaccines, including 600 million in the form of a donation and 400 million in other forms such as joint production between Chinese companies and African countries.
China and many African countries have had a long-standing relationship. China is the continent's biggest trading partner with a volume of approximately $190 billion. In 2019, nearly all of Africa had imported goods from China. China's imports have also increased significantly over the years. Right now, China is also the leading lender in 32 African countries and the top lender to the continent as a whole. It funds both large and small-scale projects, supports infrastructure, railroads, and stadiums.
China built a $3.2 billion railway in Kenya, trekking the 300 miles from Nairobi, the capital, to Mombasa, the second largest city and primary port, in 4 hours and 30 minutes. That's faster than what the fastest train in the US, the Acela Express, takes to travel the equivalent distance from Philadelphia to Boston. China also built a $526 million dam in Guinea, which helped push the country from having constant power shortages to making more energy than it needs and selling the extra capacity to its neighbors. China also built a $475 million light rail system in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, designed as a way to combat the capital's crippling traffic. These are only a sampling. There are literally hundreds of others of Chinese infrastructure projects in Africa each year.
But some are also skeptical about China's growing role. There were reports that Beijing was going to confiscate the Gandan airport after failed repayments. But China denied these allegations and said this was part of a campaign to discredit Chinese-funded projects in Africa. Nonetheless, it triggered yet another debt trap debate. During a visit to Nigeria, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken addressed debt trap diplomacy without mentioning China. He said other nations' infrastructure deals are opaque, coercive, they burden countries with unmanageable debt.
If China wanted its borrowers to default on their loans, one might expect it to specifically target countries likely to do so. Yet, independent researcher after researcher has failed to find any such evidence. Quote, "It is unlikely that the Belt and Road Initiative will be plagued with widespread debt sustainability problems," says the Center for Global Development. The Lowy Institute finds that, quote, 90% of China's bilateral loans have gone to countries that could sustainably absorb such debt.
Analysts argue that one of the main reasons Africa repeatedly agrees to Chinese deals is because they come with no strings attached. China does not get involved in the country's internal politics, nor does it try to push ideological reforms. Perhaps the Chinese strategy could be to bank on the support of the 54-nation bloc on the international stage.
We do not interfere in the internal affairs of African countries, impose our will on African countries, or attach any political conditions on economic aid, nor do we seek selfish political gain.
China's strengthening ties to Africa appear less problematic than sometimes claimed. For the African countries China has been investing in, the roads, ports, bridges, and other infrastructure projects have proven crucial for economic development in the last 20 years. As for China, supporting African countries financially could give them a head start in the future.